morning and welcome back to Plannercraft. I'm Natalie and I'm going to be taking you through a mermaid card today, and Ian's going to be here monitoring comments and giving help and assistance where required. If you want to say hi.
Hello.
Prove he is still awake, honest. Okay, so today's card is a little bit different, and so we're going to do it in two halves. So today I'm going to be concentrating on kind of cutting out the layers.
Deb says hi.
Hi Deb! Then another day I'm going to be showing you how to colour the mermaid. So I have done a little bit of prep today, and that is I have done a little bit of paper pricking to do this background. So if I hold it up a bit closer, you should be able to see that on the mat, hopefully.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so that took about 26 minutes and it can't be sped up. So I thought I would do that before the show. Otherwise we could be here tap dancing for a long time. So now I need to cut that out and also cut out my other pieces. So any other hellos before I get started, Ian?
Joyce is just, don't know if you can see me, but hi.
Hi Joyce. And anybody else?
Thea
Hi Thea.
just popped up.
Okay, so let's open up the scan cup. I'm going to load my mat.
Haven't swapped cameras yet.
Not yet. Let me load my mat first. There we go. Ooh. Okay, so now you can change. When I did the paper pricking, I removed everything else off my mat just so I could see how long it was going to take. So when it came up with 26 minutes, I was like, I'll do that before we actually get started. But now I need to cut out my design. So with the paper pricking, I used a special mat. So I've taken it off that and just put it onto a normal cutting mat to do the cutting section. I'm going to use my standard autoplay because all I'm going to be doing is cutting out a rectangle.
Girl says hello, you started early. We
We didn't, did we? No.
No, we were on time.
We were good today and went at 7, weren't we?
Yeah, it's
Rather
only
than
7:03 and we were going 3 minutes, so... No.
Yeah, 8's a bit too late for us really, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I can just about tolerate a 7 o'clock. So I'm going to go OK. Please select and cut. So now you can see we've just got our rectangle. You'll notice it says half cut on because I did some final the other day. So I'm going to go into my settings. I'm going to go down and turn my half cut back off. Go back up to the top. Cut speed can stay at 3, but I'm going to take my pressure right down because I've changed my blade to the auto blade. I'm going to go OK. And let's go for it. Now you will find that it's a bit hard to get your material to stick to your mat when you've got the paper pricking done because it's kind of got that raised surface on the back. So that is something to bear in mind. There we go. And hopefully it's done it first time. No, there's always one, isn't there? Go on. Off you do. Do it again.
Girls, have you pricked onto card? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is onto some, I think it's basil cardstock, which is why it takes the extra cut. There we go.
What one is that?
Apart from the very tip of the corner, so I can sort that one out. There we go.
Don't flip it
So-
back to the small camera. Or
Yes,
you
please.
staying on the big one?
Well, overhead.
Okay.
And there you go. Hopefully you can see there's our panel cut out. So it comes out to a 7x5 once you've added on a border. So I'm going to be working with a 7x5 inch blank for this project.
Claire says hi both.
Hello!
Why you say it to me? The mic's over there by you.
Habit! I'm used to it being over there and now it's over here. It's like, Okay.
And Darcy says evening.
Hello!
No, she said evening.
So, I'm going to go back home.
Oh, you're changing screens again.
Okay. It's okay. No, just reset. So, I'm going to pull my design back down off the internet. And you can see how it was originally laid out. So you can see, there's my background panel I've already done. Just because of that time issue, it was easiest to just get that done up front. So next bit I want to cut is this section here that's highlighted in red. So everything else apart from that I want to take off my mat. So if I go to select all, tap back on the one that I want to keep, I can go OK and delete. Okay. So for this one I'm going to be cutting it out of some paper. Do you want to just go back overhead? Okay. So this is what, 120 GSM printer paper. So if your printer can't take card, this is going to be a project you're probably going to be interested in. So that we're actually using paper for this one. And the file itself is a Design Bundles Mermaid Papers pack. So you don't usually want to be doing this onto a brand new mat, if you can help it. An older mat that's started to lose its stick is better. So I'm only going to lightly brush out any areas that kind of sticking up that might snag at the blade. Anything else at this point is fine to be lightly tacked. So I'm going to go OK, and I'm going to do a background scan.
Camera change.
Sorry, I'll go back. So background scan is this one just here, and press start and let it feed through. Okay, so we've got a nice big area to play with, but there is some variation in the pattern. So if I make it a little bit darker so you can see that better. So you can see we've got a little light spot just here that's kind of hit the sparkles and got a reflection. We've got another one up in this top corner here which you can't see quite so well. So you might decide that you want to use one of those in your mermaid section. So I'm going to get my text and I'm going to move it so it's roughly over that little sparkle. I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to go to zoom, and that's so that I can double check my positioning. So I can use my little scroll arrow, just scroll down. If you need to get in closer you can do, it goes up to 400%, but with this one I can see where my cut line is and I'm just checking that little glow is just there. Now something to bear in mind is we have another layer that's going to go on top of this, so I'm going to nudge this just slightly so that our little sparkle is just lined to the side of our cut line. We're going to go OK, OK again, OK again. We're going to go to cut. Now because we're using paper, I am going to switch to the vinyl blade. If you don't have a vinyl blade but you have a standard auto blade, you can use that instead and drop your blade right down. So somewhere about 1 to 2 should be more than adequate for this task. So pressure, I'm only going to put it up a couple notches because it's paper. And speed, you can see I've got set at 3, so I'm just going to take that down because we've got a few little sharp turns it needs to make. So you want to allow enough time for that blade to pivot in the holder. And let's see how that goes. So how are you all doing with your vinyl challenges? Anything else you want to fill in with in?
No, not at the moment.
No, nothing I've forgotten about.
Don't think so.
So if you've been missing me and wondering what I've been up to, there are a few new blog posts on our Creative Fabrica page if you want to catch up with those, including, what was the last one? Oh, go on Natty, you only wrote it last week. Oh dear.
Carol says not very well. Had some ideas but did not know how to do them, so have to think of something else.
No, that just means you need to learn how to do them. Give us a pointer and we can try our best, can't we, to point in the right direction.
Get creative.
Yeah. Okay, so there's our text. Now this is definitely one where you are going to want a metal spatula to carefully lift this off. Yes, please. Okay, so you want to be really careful around your edges. Make sure you're getting underneath the paper. And I'm just doing like a slight lifting action to start with. And then as we start to come down here, we can get a bit more underneath. There we go. Now I'm going to go down to this edge. And again, carefully give it a little wiggle. Sometimes when it's trying something new, the best thing you can do is just play.
Delce, yes, what's the vinyl challenge?
Okay, the vinyl challenge, there's 2 levels. You can do a single colour vinyl design or you can do a multicolour one. And we will accept either adhesive vinyl or HTV projects. So that gives you a really wide scope to play with. So it could be that you're working onto wood, it could be working onto glass, you could do a garment, and we're pretty open to anything, aren't we, in terms of garments?
Carol says she's waiting for Betty Beth for her prize. It seems I know you were busy last week.
Yeah.
We'll get it in the post for you this week, Carol. Won't we?
Yes, yeah. I didn't want to send anything else with what we sent you, Carol, because I have your other bits that we spoke about as well. Okay, so I'm going to go home. Now everybody's going to go, ooh, what's Carol had?
Do you want close cam back?
Okay, for the last bit, yes please. I just need some card. Card. might have a better sheet than that. They do.
I'm trying to paper cut me arm, you bugger.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, nice card. We got shimmery card this time. Is it the ice white? Is it in?
Ice white shimmer.
There we go. So ice white is good where you want a shimmer rather than a sparkle. So if you don't want to go full. Oh, sweetie. Sorry.
Vicious.
Looks like I've tried to slash your wrist. I haven't. I'm sorry. So, let's go into retrieve data, get the right one, go to the internet, and I'll bring that back in. Now, you'll notice it's going to come back in with that scan. So, because I don't need to scan this card here that I've put on the mat, I can just turn it off. I'm going to go into edit and multi-select. I'm also going to click on my background. So those are the two bits that we've already done. And I'm going to delete those. Okay. I'm going to go OK again. Now there's this little button here which has 2 pentagons and 2 triangles. If we press on that, it's going to give us 3 options. So let's go for number 1, and it's going to rejig everything on the mat up to that top edge. Now, as luck would have it, my card actually goes beyond the edge, so if I wanted to cut it like that and just literally use a strip of that card, we can do. So I'm going to go OK.
Penny says she's joined, so Penny says hi.
Hi Penny!
With a glass of red in her hand.
Oh, pass one down the line. Okay, so again I'm going to use the vinyl blade because we've got a little bit of intricate cutting to do. I'm going to go OK. I'm going to go to cut. And now pressure. I'm going to pop back to my normal -5.
I'm hoping it's still going.
Oh, do you want to check before I go too far?
No, it's okay, it is. It's just,
Is it having an off day?
yeah, it did its usual.
The signal dropped on you.
It went, this video has ended. No.
No, there's a lot of that going on at the moment with Facebook Lives, isn't there? So, unfortunately. So, it's going to take 5 minutes. So, let it get on with it.
Oh dear. Glasses hands, they were those wanting to play and would knock it over if I left it in the tin. Carol wants to know what you've done to me. Can't kill off the cameraman.
I've given you a lovely paper cut, haven't I? Well, card cut.
Scratched.
Yeah. So, the schedule for the rest of the week, I'm going to be doing 2 computer-ish streams for the next 2 days. So, tomorrow I'm doing a cake topper, and then we're looking at layering stencils on Thursday. Then the plan is on Friday, and I will say it's only a plan, is to do a Your Votes Count on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Now that does depend on how the back is, doesn't it?
Yarp.
So, some days is better than others, isn't it?
Yeah. She didn't break the skin, Carol. Just scratched it nicely.
But I've been really busy, haven't I, these past few weeks?
Yeah.
as well between
Carl wants to know if we can do a beach shot and deck chairs for your face cam.
Maybe. Can you cut me a deck chair?
Probably itchy one into a bit of wood.
So I'll be putting up some photos of the samples that I did for Chocolate Rock over the next couple of weeks. I think I still need to catch up with the ones from last month as well, because with being poorly I didn't get a chance to put all of them up.
Sandy answers I'm going to record only just cut in. Hi, bye everyone.
Aww.
That's right, Sam. We won't take it down, so it'll still be up if you can find it.
Yeah.
Carrot, it must be about a year since we did beach shot. It's probably longer than that.
I was going to say it's actually longer than that because it was May when we did the beach hut. Because it was one of the first ones that we managed to rescue when Facebook took everything down. Because it was on, I think it was on my page, the beach hut.
Just have to do it again.
Yes. If only so that everybody knew now gets the joke about the deck chair and the beach hut. Might do a better job this time.
For those who don't know, look back the beach hut, look back in the archives. Yeah, absolutely. Last May.
Get challenged to do all sorts of random things, wasn't I? So.
Yeah. Sally Ann says grandson's end of junior school show.
Aww.
And hi to Carol. Carol didn't see.
Do you want to change view?
I don't know.
Because it's a bit boring at the moment.
You've only got a minute left.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Finished.
Okay, let's check that actually got cut. Looking good so far. Slowly does it.
Slowly catch a monkey.
Yeah.
They can't see anyway.
There we go. No, because we need to. I think as I've now done all my cutting, I'm going to unload my mat just to make life a little easier. So I'm going to take my blade out, unload the mat. It makes it a little bit easier for everybody to see then. So I have my thin text.
What font did you use?
It's actually a design from, I think, Design Bundles, but I will check because I did a search for mermaid on the computer because it was easier than trying to find one manually. But I'm pretty certain it's a Design Bundles one. Again, you want to try and go as careful as possible when it comes to the edges. And that's why the metal spatula is good, because it's flexible as well, so you can put a bit of weight into it and just get it underneath, so it lifts that up like so. The next bit's going to be the fun bit. So come on, there we go, next bit. I can do this ambidextrous. There you go. That's just showing off, isn't it? Just going to take these little scraps off here too. So we have a couple of little shells, and I thought I would cut these in white, and we can always colour them in. So when we come to do our mermaid, I'm going to colour these pieces in the same colours so that we get a nice consistent colour throughout our card. Now, when we cut our bubbles, you're going to get the bubble and the little highlight. If you can, try and save that little highlight, as then we can pop it back in once we've done our painting. If you want to create this design from scratch, you can use your pen tool to do that little highlight. Okay, cutting mat done with. So now I'm going to bring in my shadow and my text. Just make sure we pop out any bits that are still stuck in it. I'm just going to make sure if there are any bits that are just sticking up a little, I'm just going to burnish those down before we start trying to stick things on.
Very nice, Carol.
What's that?
She took baby Willie to Whitby on Sunday. Oh, Saturday, sorry. And it was the first time she'd been to the seaside, and she loved the beach and the waves. And they might be going to Cleggy this weekend for another paddle.
Cool. So, when you've got a detailed die cut like this, what you could do is put the glue on the back of your hand and do it that way. Might need a bit of clean, I think. You can use the detail applicator like I'm doing, or you can apply your double-sided adhesive before you do your cut. So the bits you want to pay attention to are the ends, so you don't have anything that's sticking up where it shouldn't. And let's get that lined up. I'm going to hold it in the middle and just slowly get that word into position. Then we can place this one, give it a little wiggle, and you'll soon see if there's anywhere that's not quite bending where it should do, and we can just gently nudge that into position. One of the benefits of using a wet glue, if you're using double-sided, then you can use the palette paper technique. So it makes it a little easier.
Palette paper technique.
It's the one I showed the other day with the vinyl.
Oh right, yes, yeah, so rolling it up.
Yeah. That should be a 7x5, hopefully, or 2. There we go. And as it's pre-scored, I can just fold that gently, and then I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. And usually with pre-scored card, you'll find there's a leading edge out. If I show, I managed to get one that's smack on. But whichever is the back, you're going to burnish on that side.
I think it's wise to give the dog a pint.
I'm sure it depends on a pint of what. Water might be alright if the dog is being sensible and pacing itself.
Carol thought it was only about an hour away, so perfect. Now walk on the sand, paddle some fish and chips and a pint, and then perhaps another paddle. She will enjoy her day.
Okay, so I'm going to put a few dots of glue just in the bolder areas of the design, because we don't want the glue to accidentally squidge through the holes if we can help it. And I'm going to put it so the raised section is to the back. You might decide that you actually prefer the look of it the other way around. But I just want this to be quite subtle. That's the way I designed it to be. Now, as I said before, it does have a tendency, because of all those dots, to want to not stick. So it's a good idea to bring in a little bit of help. So, I'm just going to use a few stamp blocks to hold that down while it sets. Next, my mermaid vibes. I'm going to turn that over. Now, to start with, I'm going to do just a little bit of 3D foam, because I want to still be able to put my mermaid actually behind here. So, she says, thinking, where's my tape gone?
Oh, bless.
What's that?
She likes a pint.
Oh.
She has a collapsible bowl, so has some lager in her bowl. Not too much, but she enjoys a pint at the seaside. Every morning this week I've got up and my bum bag has been on the floor waiting for me to take her out.
Getting addicted.
She doesn't eat fish, so she hasn't had fish for dinner before her pint has been, of course.
Okay, so I'm going to apply my 3D foam tape.
Are you messing up my scissors again?
To be honest, they're already messy. I was already doing some 3D foam on another project, so they're mucky. I'm just going to pop this little bit across here. And I'm hoping it's going to just fit in this kind of gap just there. So because we've put that card on top, that should help reinforce the paper enough. Just as long as you are careful when you put your mermaid in, not to snag that edge. So I'm going to do a thinner strip this time. And very carefully, this is going to be a little bit of a bendy one. So you want to try and bend it as you're putting it down. So there we go. So there is going to be a dip here for the moment, but by the time we've put our mermaid in, because if we want to slightly raise our mermaid too, then you'll find that that's going to be nicely supported. And hopefully in that time, my background will have adhered. Okay. Did you say Mum's watching?
No.
Oh. Has she forgotten I'm live again?
Yep. Louise has just joined you.
Hi Louise. I hope by now Tracy's asleep. Okay, so I'm going to aim to put this down towards the bottom. like so. Now my shells, I could adhere now and then paint them on the front of the card if you're feeling brave. If not, we're going to set those to one side until we do our mermaids. I do have my water droplets that I made with my glue gun standing by, ready for when we do that. So take care for now, and I'll say bye bye. You'll give me that look that says I've forgotten something.
No, I don't think so.
No? Sure?
Yeah.
But yes,
We
there'll be a part 2. Have I got any cutting mat? I mean, this one?
The grey one.
The grey one? Yes, I have. Courtesy of Mum. Yeah, we got it on offer, Deb, because that had been the issue for us. I thought it was too expensive, and then we saw it on offer and it's like, well, I don't think it's going to come down anymore because it's been out for, what, 2 years now? And we just went, that's it, we'll just go for it and bite the bullet. But if there's anything you want done, Deb, for DT, let me know and I can always send you the pieces. And there's a few other bits and pieces that Ian's going to be introducing us to, isn't there, darling?
Hopefully.
Soon, hopefully. Yeah?
Well, do you want to just mention what we've got in the shop?
What have we got in the shop?
General impacts and the other bits.
Oh, yes. If you go up on Buy Me a Coffee, we have our Lucky Dip packs back in. And we have journaling packs. So if you're into your junk journaling, and you're looking for something new to play with, we've done some curated packs. That's the way I would put it, curated.
Don't you like using long words?
So they've got different themes, like there's a circus one, there's a wedding one, there's a Christmas one.
Bit of a steampunky one, isn't there?
Yeah. So if that's something you're interested in, you can have a look on there. And also we are starting to try and put things on our Creative Paprika store too.
Yes.
Do you know we have 40 likes on our little armoire box?
Really?
Yes, but it says that nobody's bought it. How is that possible? I love it enough to favourite it, but I'm not buying it. So, we will see you tomorrow when I'll be doing a cake top design.
You're doing that in the morning?
Yes.
So
So that'll be 11 AM UK time.
There you
So your time will vary depending on where you are. Take care for now, and